Hello, my name is Eloise Schottler. This is Stories in Time, and I'm your storyteller here to tell you a story. I've been away from here for at least a month or more, not because I wanted to be, but because I fell down and hurt myself. And they fixed it now, and I'm so happy to be back here so that I can tell you stories and that I can just see the people who work here, great people, and just be back in the line of story. Of course, there's always a chance when you step out for a month or more that you just have to work yourself back up. So that's what I'm going to do this morning. I'm going to work myself back up. I was out for a while because I fell down and I broke my wrist. The wrist is such an innocent looking thing, like it's not a big bone. It isn't a big bone, but it has a big pain if you fall and break it. And I fell and I put my hand out to stop my fall, and lo and behold, I broke my wrist. And it's taken a while wearing a little cast to get back, but I'm back now. The doctors told me to take off my cast. I can drive if I'm very careful, and so here I am. Now, just because I had the cast on, just because I fell down in my living room, I've had a wonderful part of that time, and something that I didn't even realize how much I wanted to do this, but I did it with my family for a week. It was my daughter's birthday. It was a significant birthday for her, and she asked to make a special trip to Orlando, Florida, to go to Universal, where they have made the world of Hogwarts and everything else that houses Harry Potter. At first, I wasn't too interested. You know, I was going to be a good mom and say, oh, that would be wonderful, and we will go there, and I've been waiting to go. Now, let me just back up a little bit. I read the Harry Potter books when they first started, and you know, that's quite a while ago. And I read them slowly as they came out. And then the movies began, the videos. And I fell a little deeper in love with Harry Potter, with his life, and with him and Hermione, yes indeed, and all of their friends. Fascinating children that were growing up right in front of you. So I was curious, how could they possibly have made something that would bring that any more to life than had the books and then the movies, the videos? So we flew down to Orlando, and we had managed to get proper rooms to stay in, not too far away. But I had a broken hand. And I couldn't just be left free. I had to be tied down a little bit because I also had a brand new hip. That's just how it is when you get to be my age. Things can happen. So I rented what do they call it? It's a scooter. It's an electric scooter. So I would get up in the morning, the first day that we had the scooter. It was heavy. My son and my daughter lifted it up into the car, the back of this rental car. And I had never been on one of those, never. So I got to the park. We got out of the car. It's a long walk from the parking place onto the site where everything was going to happen. So I knew I had quite a ride ahead. And I got on the scooter. This is where you are challenged, immediately challenged. You squeeze down and it goes forward. Take your hands off and it will slow or then stop. You have to be sure which way you're pulling on it to make it go backwards. And all you have to do to make it go forwards is squeeze the handle. There's only one little knob in the center of it, right there at your hands, that makes it fast, 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 or slower, 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 stop. So I got that down in the parking lot. In fact, I was going much too fast. My elder children, son and daughter, were chasing after me, calling, "Mom, Mom, slow down." And so I love that part of it. I mean, it's really a lot of fun that I haven't had an opportunity to do in a very long time. But the first thing that happens when you get onto the lot, where you're going to ride quite a long way to get to the place where you get your ticket, you go in, and the fun begins, people start to arrive. And they don't arrive 1 or 2, 3 or 4, they arrive 20 by 30. And so the streets fill up and they are going at their pace. Some very slow, some a little bit faster, some really fast. And if they're my age, they're going slowly. I don't go slowly, but we were going slowly. And then if you have little children with their parents, those little children run out right in front of you, and you're almost guilty of child injury. So you have to learn first how to get the slower speed, how to feel comfortable with the slower speed, how to watch everything, right, left, up, down. It doesn't take long, but you really have to put in the effort to get comfortable on your scooter. We rode in, my son had the tickets, and we went up. You had to sign them. Everybody had to sign a ticket, and you had to promise, photograph it for your phone, so that if you lose it, you're going to have an identity and can prove that you had your ticket, because the ticket was not free. No, ma'am, not free at all. And then you start through the world. And at first it's these kinds of stories and that kind of stories, and you know that if you just keep on keeping on, you will get to the entrance for Hogwarts. Hogwarts, which is where they are amazing, magical things. Read the books. Look at the videos. Harry is not there. There is no one around you speaking like Harry Potter. But as soon as you start hearing the music in the background, you hear their music and you think of it, and the movie starts to play within your own head. You can imagine it out, the whole story. When you go in to the building where big rooms, small rooms, little stores, which are not just for buying things, they're for seeing things that are beautiful colors, that have funny designs on them, that just keep your eyes wide open because it's so interesting. The first thing that we did, I loved it. And every day that we were there, I tried to do it 2 times a day. You go down, you get through, you travel through a long hall, and then down an elevator to the platform, which is 9 3/4, the stop where you can get on the train. On the train to go to Hogwarts. I looked around and I thought, how is this going to work? How will we stay together? And I'm on a scooter, and everybody else that's with me is not, and they get lost. I thought, we'll get separated. How is this going to work? It works perfectly. because they're always lovely people who work there, who are part of their staff, who watch after you. They are women and men, boys and girls, who are wearing a red vest, a train master's hat, also red, gold buttons down the front. Nice, nice, nice. Come this way, go this way, don't move, stand still, be still. And you get on the train safely. The most amazing thing about that is the trains were like European trains. Like a little room. There were maybe 7 of those little rooms. And you go in and sit down. There are 2 long couches. Pictures on the wall. Windows where all you can see are the brick walls on either side. And then the steam engine puffs up. You can hear it. You know it's a steam engine. And then the doors shut. There's a little bit of a lurch, and it starts to move. I'm looking out the window, but it's not what I thought it would be. It isn't. We are now, because there's film on the windows, and when you start to move, whoever's got those films, they start to move them, and the pictures are moving, slowly or fast. An owl pops by, a white owl, of course, pops by, and then flies away. All this is happening on film, but it's very real. And you haven't been on that train any time at all. At least I didn't. And I was perfectly at home. I was there. And we started it every day by getting on the train and starting to go where we would see many, many more things. I can't tell you the whole story. I really can't. Talk to somebody else that's been there. I'll think of something later that I want to tell you. Things that are mysterious. Things that are magical. Magical. They're real. My sister called me yesterday. I had talked to her 2 days before, and I had ranted and raved about how happy I was to be on the train. And she called me. She was laughing. I'm going to Hogwarts. No, you said you never would. I was wrong. I'm going to Hogwarts, she said. Let's see what happens to her when she gets out into the magical world. I hope you've been. If you haven't, I hope you're planning to go. It's in Orlando, Florida. Have a great time.